Hello and welcome to Start Right with Jesus. My name is Ovio Ayola. In the second part of our study on the life of Jesus today, we want to focus on the prophecies about the birth of Jesus. And this is very significant because one of the ways you know for certainty the move of God is that God speaks and it comes to pass. And through many prophets over the years, some of them dating over 1,500 years, and most especially Isaiah, whose records were about 700 to 800 years before Jesus, prophesied accurately about his coming. And these prophecies are so detailed in terms of how he's going to come, who is going to give birth to him, how he's going to move from one town to the other, is the miracles, the life of miracles that is going to deliver, and the sufferings that he's going to suffer, and the fact that he was going to die on the cross and be crucified, and so many things about him. For the sake of our time, I just want to pick a few of these verses and reach a conclusion on why it's important that Jesus Christ had to fulfill prophecy. Isaiah chapter 7 verse 14 says, "Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel." Emmanuel means God be with us. The essence of this prophecy is to say that God wants to come and dwell among human beings so that he can fulfill his plan to redeem us. And if you look at the book of Micah chapter 5 verse 2, the book of Micah was written about 800 years before Christ. Micah prophesied accurately that a ruler was going to be born in Bethlehem, despite Bethlehem being small and insignificant. I read from Micah chapter 5 verse 2, "But you, O Bethlehem, Ephratah, though you are little among the thousands of Judah, yet out of you shall come forth to me the one to be ruler in Israel, whose goings forth are from old, from everlasting." The prophets talked about his childhood, where he was going to grow up. If you see Hosea chapter 11 verse 1, it was prophesied that Jesus Christ was going to be called out of Egypt. And you see the fulfillment of that when Jesus Christ had to be carried away to Egypt to escape the anger of Herod, who was busy killing children in those days. Hosea chapter 11 verse 1 reads, "When Israel was a child, I loved him, and out of Egypt I called my son." You can find more details about that in Matthew chapter 2 verse 13 to 15. I will just, for the sake of our time, read verse 14 and 15. "When he arose, he took the young child and his mother by night and departed for Egypt, and was there until the death of Herod, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the Lord through the prophet, saying, Out of Egypt I called my son." The essence of this is whatever God has promised will be fulfilled. And don't miss your time of reckoning, because the God that has spoken will definitely bring to pass his word. The Bible gives us prophecies about how he was going to die, how he's going to be bruised, how he's going to be humiliated,